Hi everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Whiteboard Wisdom. I'm Pete Bay with our agency relations team, and I want to talk a little bit about today how we use call tracking and how we use IVR technology to continue the online journey offline. By using personalization, we can actually increase brand loyalty and drive further customer conversions. So let's talk about, as a marketer, what we're really good at doing. We're really good at orchestrating really solid, really frictionless online paths to conversion. You know, if that conversion is a form fill, we're incredible at getting them there. You know, we've got it down to a science where we can write compelling ad text here. We can get them over to a landing page where we've actually drawn, you know, the exact way that we want them to convert into that form fill. But what happens when they pick up the phone and make a call? What happens when this conversion point actually happens offline? A lot of times that system breaks down. And if you're a customer, which all of us have been a customer at some point, you're familiar with this experience where you pick up the phone and you call in and it says, please listen as our menu options have changed. What I'm here to tell you is it doesn't have to be that way. It can be much easier, it can be a much better experience for a customer that, again, will increase brand loyalty and drive conversions for a marketer. All right, so let's talk about how this actually breaks down. So we have, you know, the individual ad text here, which you've masterfully crafted because you've been doing this for so long. You've got this part down to a science. You get the click through, great. They get over to the landing page again. You have a beautiful landing page experience. You have the call to action in the right upper hand corner. You've got the phone number up there. Now, at this point, typically if it's a considered purchase, you know, something you purchase relatively infrequently or something that's expensive, you're going to pick up the phone and you're going to make a phone call because you want to talk to somebody who's going to walk you through the actual buying process. Maybe you have questions, maybe you just need to know where the store is, right? But you're going to pick up a phone here, and that's kind of the key to this whole thing, is continuing the offline experience online. The phone is the relevant portion here. So you get from the ad, you get to the landing page, you pick up the phone, you make a phone call, now you get to our customized IVR that's set up. Now this IVR, instead of saying, please listen as our menu options have changed, now it says, hey, I noticed that you're looking at washers. Can I connect you to somebody to answer some questions about that? If not, do you have questions about how to get to the store or what our hours are? Now this is a much better experience for an individual customer at this point because they know that you care as a brand enough to anticipate what they're going to want to do when they get there. And that's really big to a consumer, especially in this world of instant gratification. If I have to sift through an IVR to figure out where I need to go, I'm less likely to convert. But this is where it gets really cool, is once we actually get from the individual IVR over to the agent, we take all of the information that we've captured already and we give it to the agent. So when he answers the phone, he knows where you came from, he knows what you're already looking at, and he can lead with that, steering that down the path of conversion. Not only helping the customer by making this a more efficient process, but by helping the business as well because you're going to convert faster. So now we'll draw some eyes on here because we have an insightful agent who has all of the information that we've gathered, because this piece over here is relative to attribution. From attribution, we've captured all of this individual information from this entire path, all the way up to the individual agent. So you're going to be able to get all of the base URI information that was pushed through. You're going to get Gclid. You're going to get every single interaction with the individual website. You know, once they landed on that landing page, did they jump to 6 other pages? Did they read some reviews, some testimonials before they actually made a phone call? You can get all of that information as a marketer, and you can use that information later on in the actual process if they don't convert with our happy agent down here. So that's the first piece of this entire process, and we break it down into 4 pieces, attribution being the first piece, which is going to be, you know, one of the most helpful pieces as a marketer. Next most important piece from a marketing perspective is intent. It's really important for us to be able to glean intent so that we can future market to these individuals based on their preferred channel, right? So I know as a marketer now, based on this individual and the path that they came in on, that they now want to pick up the phone and they want to talk to somebody about this particular product. So let's say, for example, that they get over to that agent and for whatever reason, you know, the person's having a bad day, they have to go, the dog's barking, the kid's crying, they're not actually able to convert over the phone. Well, what we're able to do now with this attribution information and with this intent information, we can then remarket to them with a call-only ad and maybe a discount to get them to convert the next time. So there's a lot of different things that we can do because we now have attribution and intent. So it's really important to gather those 2 things together, because one without the other is really only half of the picture. The next piece that we're going to look at here is this distribution piece over here. Because it's really important that once you actually got this person to take this entire, you know, artfully crafted journey that you have, it's really important to get them to that agent that can actually help them. That individual agent is then going to be happy because they helped the individual customer, and the customer is going to be happier, and they're going to be more likely to engage with your brand in the future because of the experience that they had here. And then the last piece is going to be the actual integration piece. That's where we're going to package up all of this information, this beautiful information that we have, the attribution information, the intent, the distribution information that we've already given the agent, take the agent's input into that, and now integrate it back into something that you can actually use on a day-to-day basis. You know, if you're using a bid management platform, if you're doing programmatic, we can build and segment audiences off of intent information and attribution information. So now that we have this entire circle here, we can actually make this a repeatable, scalable process. And you've also taken out all of the friction for the consumer. So I want to quickly go back through and recap kind of what we learned here today. So, you know, navigating customer conversations from online to offline doesn't really have to be that complicated of a problem if you have all of the proper tools in place. And just a couple of tools that we touched on were simply just call tracking and IVR, something very simple that you can set up right from your computer online anywhere. So we touched on attribution, intent, distribution, and integration. These are really going to be the 4 cornerstones of anything that you're looking to do from an online to offline perspective. It's important for you to grab all that referring information, couple it with the behavioral information, get them to the person that they need to get to, and then integrate it back into a system so you can repeat it and scale it. Again, I'm Pete Bay with Dialogue Tech, part of our agency relations team. Please, if you'd like to learn more about this actual process for your agency, please give us a call or visit our website. Thank you.